How to prevent brain blood supply disorder. If the blood supply to the brain is limited, the brain cells will suffer and may even die. When blood flow and blood supply to the brain decreases, less oxygen and glucose are available to brain cells. This issue causes a reduction in brain energy for activity, damage to neurons, and some brain diseases and neurological disabilities. In fact, when the blood supply to the brain is disturbed, cognitive problems and brain and mental diseases such as brain fog, Alzheimer's, obsessive-compulsive disorder, Parkinson's, and several other brain diseases will probably arise for the person. Increasing the blood supply to the brain is actually a method. It is effective for preventing Alzheimer's and other mentioned diseases. Various reasons can cause brain blood supply disorder. A person may have poor circulation or overall abnormal blood pressure. Other factors such as an underactive thyroid or some infections and chronic stress are also factors that reduce blood supply to the brain. In addition to these issues that require medical treatment, there are several ways to increase blood supply to the brain to increase the amount of oxygen-enriched blood that reaches the brain directly and flows through it, which we will introduce and review below. In fact, these methods have been discovered based on research and neuroimaging, which can increase blood supply to the brain and blood circulation in the brain. Blood supply to the brain is actually the amount of blood that reaches the brain while performing the task and during certain periods of time. The brain may be lighter than 2% of the body's weight, but due to the heavy tasks of the brain, it needs approximately 15 to 20% of the amount of blood that is produced in the heart and flows in the body. This act of supplying blood to the brain provides the energy needed to carry out the activity and the removal of metabolic waste from the brain. In fact, proper blood supply and a steady and continuous flow of blood to the brain can deliver essential oxygen, glucose, amino acids, required vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients to the brain so that the brain can do its work properly in toxins and remove metabolic waste from the brain. Blood supply to the brain causes water supply and hydration of the brain. More than 70% of the brain consists of water. Blood supply to the brain makes the needed hormones and neurotransmitters reach the brain and maintain the proper temperature and pH of the brain. Today's modern lifestyle disrupts blood circulation and affects the blood supply to the brain. Physical inactivity is dangerous than you think. These days, computers play a major role in our lives, and most of the day and at work, sitting for a long time behind the computer desk with shoulders bent forward is one of the factors of reducing blood supply to the brain. Another disadvantage of sitting for a long time and reducing blood supply to the brain is overweight, accumulation of fat in the body, and increased blood pressure, which has a negative effect on blood circulation in the body. Caffeine, coffee, and energy drinks that make us more awake actually reduce the blood supply to the brain by narrowing the arteries. Other disadvantages of smoking that do not need to be said. Smoking is not only one of the factors of reducing blood supply to the brain, but also reduces the amount of oxygen received by the brain. If your Sikh life and daily style are such that you use a tie, you need to know that tying the tie tightly is one of the factors of reducing blood supply to the brain. Chronic stress is also one of the factors that reduce blood supply to the brain and affects brain health. Stress puts the body on alert and prepares the body to deal with danger with physiological reactions such as increased heart rate, inactivity of the digestive system, and increased blood circulation to the muscles and blood away from the brain, causing a decrease in blood supply to the brain. Also, the symptoms of blood supply disorder to the brain are as follows: lack of concentration and attention, muscle cramps in hands and feet, mental exhaustion, unhealthy, fungal or white nails, brain fog, cold nose and hands and feet, caffeine addiction, lightheadedness, need to wear socks while sleeping, memory loss. Foods that supply blood to the brain: turmeric, ginger, garlic, rosemary. In addition to making food tasty, they can increase the blood supply to the brain. Beetroot and blueberries are also among the factors that help the blood flow in the brain. Fish, especially fatty fish such as salmon, increases blood flow in the brain due to the presence of high omega-3. Omega-3 fatty acids are high-quality fats for the brain. Omega-3 is not produced in the human body and must be obtained through food and supplements. Sufficient omega-3 is necessary to support the brain and nervous system. Other ways to increase blood supply to the brain: learning a new language, chewing gum, acupuncture, laser therapy, quit smoking, and omega-3 consumption. We hope this video helped you. Please like and subscribe to our channel.